Welcome back to the Skyway. I like to come in here when it's quiet, to reflect on the racing that's gotten us to this point in the competition. Such speed, such integrity, such determination. Oh, and I've only just realised, I've yet to introduce myself. That's bad manners. The name's Theodore Braves, at your service. Now let's go meet our drivers for Group 11 of qualifying rounds for the 2022 Skyway Grand Prix. Giuseppe Pronto driving in Fanta, a Lotus Esprit S1 weighing 28.1 grams. Nina Stomper driving in the Countess, a Lamborghini Countach weighing 35.8 grams. Lyndon Bird driving in Nick of Time, a Porsche 911 Turbo weighing 36.3 grams. And Leroy Crank driving in Black Widow, a Ferrari 355 weighing 38.1 grams. And there they are, a group of vintage exotics ready to light up the Skyway. Let's join them at the start gate for race 1. Leroy Crank and Nina Stomper in the front, Giuseppe Pronto and Lyndon Bird in the rear. And they're off. Leroy Crank bolts forward ahead of the group into turn 1, down the drop out of turn 2. Wow, is he fast! Ripping out of turn 3, such control, tearing across the finish. Leroy Crank with the lead of an entire straightaway ahead of Lyndon Bird, Giuseppe Pronto and Nina Stomper in that order. It seems every week the definition of speed gets elevated and refined. Leroy Crank rips through every turn, riding the centre line without losing control by sliding up or down the wall, allowing him to launch into the subsequent straightaway without breaking stride. While Leroy Crank is unequivocally the star, I'd like us all to remember that Lyndon Bird began the race on the outside rear position and managed to finish in second place. Leroy Crank blazes into first position, completely dominating Group 11. Lyndon Bird fought his way into second position from the least promising starting position, and Giuseppe Pronto and Nina Stomper bring in the rear. Giuseppe Pronto now in pole position. Let's see if he has anything to offer in this race to somehow best Leroy Crank. Pronto pops out in front, holding the lead down the first straight, and there he goes again. Crank fires down the drop. He drifts once, twice up into turn 3, rides the inner wall, gaining control out of turn 4. Crank takes race 2, followed by Pronto, Bird, and Stomper. Let's take a look at Leroy Crank coming out of turn 2. We've not seen anything like this. This level of manoeuvring is one of precision, calibration, and expertise. He appears to hit turn 2, riding higher up the wall than usual. This sends him shooting out of the turn, heading for a collision with the inner wall. So he drifts. This slows him down a bit, but not enough. As he heads into turn 3, he drifts again, but it doesn't appear to offer any more control, and he understeers, exiting turn 3. We've seen this countless times. He rides the inner wall, something that could have quite literally derailed his run. But instead, as he hops back down on the track, he's in perfect control, taking turn 4 on the low inside, leaving him cleanly staring down the finish for the final straight. Yoshi Satori had a similar run in Group 10. These fast cars need to find ways to manage the speed and manoeuvring. It's no secret that the Skyway is pitched at a steeper grade than most, offering opportunities to slower vehicles and testing the mettle and precision of those who ride like lightning. With 2 runs in the front row, Leroy Crank absolutely dominates Group 11, doubling the scores of Bird and Pronto, now tied in second position, and Nina Stomper keeping a low profile in last place with only 2 points. Lyndon Bird now in pole position, the first race in the front. Let's see what he can do. Pronto by his side, and now with Crank in the back row, maybe Pronto can fire that Lotus on all cylinders. Lyndon Bird flies down the track, leaving the whole group behind the drop. Pronto and Crank close the gap. Pronto blocks Crank. It's a tight group. Pronto jumps at Bird out of turn 3. Crank fights the pass and spins out. Lyndon Bird takes race 3. The power of the Porsche compels you. 2 things I want to point out in this replay. Watch how Giuseppe Pronto, like his choreography, slaloms the track, always blocking Crank from passing. This is one of the finest displays of defensive manoeuvring, reminding me of Paolo's spin in Group 10, Race 4. Pronto's ability at rapid speeds to take precise block positions while still closing the gap between himself and Bird in first position. Whoever takes Group 11, let's not soon forget Giuseppe Pronto's performance. The last bit I wish to review is a bit of an idiosyncrasy. When Lyndon Bird takes a turn, he enters on the high outside, and mid-turn cuts down the banking wall towards the low inside, like a slicing shark, a defensive maneuver meant to threaten anyone attempting to pass on the inside, the threat of getting sliced right off the track. Leroy Crank still holds first position after finishing in third place, but not by much. Lyndon Bird rises on the leaderboard into second position, Giuseppe Pronto in third. There are many avenues for Pronto and Bird to advance on, but all of them require Leroy Crank to not take first place, or better yet, never reach the finish. Pronto and Crank now in the back row. Nina Stomper finally with the advantage of the pole position. Perhaps Stomper can change her stars here in race 4. And let's see if Bird can really fly. For the first time in Group 11, Nina Stomper's in first position, but not for long. Bird drops into open lane track, rocketing, hops out of turn 3, riding clean into turn 4, slicing down the wall, sliding across the finish. Leroy Crank takes last place. My God, it happened. Crank takes last place. But before we take to the leaderboard, how did this happen? Just as Crank is about to whip around the inside lane, ready to push Stomper out of the way once they hit open lane track, Crank's back tyre slides up and over the lip of the turn, grinding away all his speed on his back axle. And Lyndon Bird, with a few victorious slices down the banking wall, a signature move of Lyndon Bird, and a tactic he will need when facing off with the other fast drivers in the top 16. Lyndon Bird takes Group 11 and advances on to the quarterfinals. Wow, yet another instance of an extremely fast driver starting with what seems an impossible lead, only to come up short. Hopefully we see Leroy Crank again, but I have to say it feels nice to have a navy blue car added to the colour palette of our top 16. Lyndon Bird was a man of few words after the race. A quiet gratitude fills the garage. His car, Nick of Time, showed up in the nick of time. We look forward to seeing him again. Until next time, drive safely and always take the high road.